You enjoying that?
So this autumn I started a horticulture course, finally, because I've been wanting to do so for a very, very long time. The full title of it is quite a mouthful, but it's the Royal Horticultural Society Level 2 Certificate in the Principles and Practices of Horticulture. So yeah, quite the mouthful. But I'm just doing the practical element of it to start with, which is a whole course in and of itself. And then there's also the theory element as well, which I suppose goes into more of the kind of biology and the soil science and things like that. Although I haven't done that bit yet, so I'm not too sure. But there is so much knowledge to take in. And the practical element is obviously a little bit more hands-on. And I've been doing it at the University of Bristol Botanic Gardens, which are by a very, very beautiful, I don't know if it's a park or more like a nature reserve area, but it's called Clifton Down, and it's a very beautiful space, and I get to walk through it on my way to the course every single Saturday. So I do it every Saturday, pretty much, apart from we get little half-term breaks here or there. It is a lot of work though. I've been doing a lot of revising and kind of catching up on things, and we need to learn a lot of plants. We need to be able to identify a lot of plants and just know a lot about the general practices of horticulture. It is quite a lot for me to take in, especially because I live in a flat right now and there isn't really that much for me to be able to practice outside of the course. I don't really have an outdoor space that I can practice what I've been learning, and I don't really have much space to experiment with general horticultural practices either, which is, I think, one of the best ways to learn about it. It's just like experimenting with things. But I have been trying here or there. I've been trying to plant out seeds, and I've been buying some plants and kind of experimenting a little bit with what I can, taking some cuttings, etc., and doing what I can in the flat. And I am on the waiting list for an allotment, but the allotment waiting lists are quite big, and apparently it's really hard to actually get an allotment. You can wait a few years even, so I'm not going to keep my fingers crossed for that too much. But despite not having my own garden or green space or even a balcony, I have tried to do what I can. For example, me and my boyfriend went to a garden centre recently, and we picked up some plants, and we also got some containers for the balcony that we could hang on well, it's not really a balcony, it's just a Juliet balcony. I've got these kind of hanging planters, and we've made some little sort of decorative containers which actually add a little bit of colour into our window during the winter months coming up, so that's going to be quite nice. Yeah, so that's really been what I've been spending a lot of my time doing. And then aside from that, after my Saturday's pretty much filled up with that, I do sometimes try to do something in the Saturday evenings, but I tend to then just have the Sunday really after, working Monday to Friday and then having my Saturday doing the course. Then Sunday is kind of just my day to catch up with the rest of life really, and fit in everything else that I want to do. I already had a sneaky little sip, it was very creamy.